When the piano was invented, it was a change in like the insides of an instrument. So before the piano, there was an instrument called the harpsichord. And the harpsichord, it looked a lot like a piano, but it sounded more like a guitar because inside the instrument, each of the strings had a little plectrum. It was a little piece of bone that when you press down on a note, this little thing would pluck the string. And it was just whatever, like it was just one volume. Like you couldn't make it louder or quieter. So the harpsichord was just one level of dynamic. So when Bartolomeo Cristofori invented the piano, he was so excited that he'd invented something that could be loud and quiet. He actually called it the pianoforte or the forte piano. I've seen it both ways, but what that means is the quiet loud, the loud quiet. That was the name of the instrument. Like it was such a revolutionary invention that a musical instrument with a keyboard could have dynamic control by pushing the key harder or softer, and that would give it more or less sound. It was revolutionary, and it really changed a lot of things for music back a long time ago. This was in the 1700s. So anyway, we get to learn how to do that with this song. So we want the moving parts, the melody, to be louder than the chords. So that's one of the balance things that we're going to learn is that we have quiet chords and we have loud melody. And that's something that we do with all of our musical playing. Like we do that over and over again. But the other thing we're doing with this song is we're doing mezzo piano, mezzo forte, forte piano, and mezzo forte. So we've got a lot of changes from like medium quiet, medium loud, and then really loud and really quiet. So in your book, you will see these different dynamic markings. MP means medium soft, medium quiet. Mezzo piano. Mezzo in Italian actually means half, like half of a cup or halfway. So mezzo piano, so halfway quiet is what that means. And then, and piano, like I just explained, piano actually means quiet. Like in Italy, teachers will go like to the students, they'll go like, piano, piano, shh, like be quiet, piano, like soft. Don't be loud. Okay, so then mezzo forte. Mezzo forte means halfway loud. Forte means loud, and mezzo forte means medium loud or halfway loud. Mezzo forte. Okay, and then we have forte here. This part right here is forte. Forte means strong. Like in Italy, in Italian, which is a language that I studied in college, they use the word forte to mean like super strong and muscular and powerful. So strong, loud, forte. And then here we have piano, nice and quiet. And then it changes again, mezzo forte. So lots of dynamic changes, and you can use your music to know when those are supposed to happen. But how do you do that? Like, how do you make a note quieter or louder? What do you actually do? Well, if you press really slowly on the key, like really slow, really soft, without any weight, that's how you make it quiet. Really, really soft. If you press harder, then that's how you make it loud. There are a couple of things that make it loud, but the main thing I like to teach my students to use is weight. Do you know that your arm is heavy? Like you actually have a couple of pounds of weight made from your bones and your muscles and everything. So if you like try and pretend your arm is like totally floppy and asleep. Lift it up, and I'm like, oh, it falls down, doesn't it? It's heavy. That kind of weight is called arm weight, and you can actually let the weight of your arm make a forte sound. See that? Lift it up, and just let gravity and the weight of your arm drop to the bottom of the key. That is a really great way to make a forte sound. The other thing I like to use besides arm weight is body weight. So like starting from all the way down here, leaning into the bottom of the keys from your whole upper body. So like, you know when you're just like standing around in your kitchen and then you're kind of like bored, or you listen to someone talk and you just like, you lean on the counter? It's like that. You're leaning your weight, like you're putting your weight down your arm, resting on the piano. So you can use that sort of body weight, like all of your body weight, pressing from like your upper body, your shoulder. You're like holding yourself up with the keys. And that kind of body weight pressing into the keys is a really great way to get a very loud and forte sound. It's also safer and better for you than using just your fingers, because your fingers could get injured. If you press too hard or pull too tightly with them, you can hurt your tendons and your muscles in your arms. So using your whole body is a really, really great way, a more effective way to get a really loud sound from the piano, and it's going to sound really great. It's really strong. So I was doing a combination of using some of that weight from my body and just really leaning into the bottom of my fingertips, into the bottom of the keys. And I was also kind of using some of the arm weight. In order to have arm weight, you have to have a lift and a drop though. So using the back weight for a phrase like this is probably a little more effective. Okay, so we have quiet at the beginning, like medium quiet. It's not quite quiet enough to be tiptoeing. You still want to have a little bit of energy and sound there. But then you want to get louder. When the left hand gets the melody, then it's Mezzo Forte. Stronger. Now, the very loudest part of the song is here. And you really want to lean into that part. And then, instant contrast. We go from the loudest part of the song to the quietest part of the song. And it's the exact same notes. So what I like to think of this part is like somebody's saying something and then there's an echo of it across the parking lot or something across the way. So you have really, really loud, and then you hear it again really far in the distance. So the next part is piano. We're going to lean away from the keys. So we don't want to be leaning in this time. We want to be leaning away, putting no weight into our fingers. Do you hear how soft and quiet that was? Now, the last line is Mezzo Forte. So, wow, you can learn a whole lot about dynamics. That's the word that describes loud, quiet, medium loud, and medium quiet. All of those words like mezzo forte and mezzo piano and forte and piano, all of those are dynamics. And dynamics means the volume, like how loud you're playing the song, how loud you're playing the notes.